You guys, it's Mary. We invite you to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are gonna be talking about shiny, happy people, you guys. It was the last episode. You know, in general,
yes,
out of 5 stars, I'll probably give this documentary.
You said 2.5. Yes.
2.5 or 3.
Yeah.
Out of 5.
Right.
I feel like we never got to see the big. Yeah, and we never got to see the big bombshell.
Maybe 1.5.
Yeah.
I don't like when documentaries are done and you put
kind of off the backs of a family.
Yeah, I don't like, but then you kind of, I find it deceptive.
Yeah, very deceptive.
Because like you're gonna say all these things, we're gonna find out all this information, and I didn't find out anything new. And I felt like you guys were trying to rope them in, even all the way towards the end, like trying to rope in, the Duggar family. Like Josh did this. He's evil. He's sick. He's creepy. I think that he should have gotten life in prison.
How many years did he get?
And if they were doing castration, have that done with him. Like, he should never be out. Yeah. I don't think you can rehabilitate Josh.
A 3 to 4 month old baby, that's what you're watching? That's sick.
Like, I don't think, and I can't even say, I wonder what he went through. I can't even use that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everything in life is a choice. Everything, and you have, is it 6 or 7 kids he has? Like, it's just sick.
I just wondered, did he do anything to them?
I will leave him, sue him. I'll sue TLC.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll sue TLC, even though I actually like the Duggar family.
Yeah.
I don't like Jim Bob, never really have, but I like everybody else apart from Josh. But I will sue the TLC, and I will sue the Duggars. I will, if I was Anna.
For emotional distress.
I will. And I will say also for giving me a son who is worse than I thought. That's what I'll do. That is exactly what I'll do.
I'm sure they tried to tie it up in a pretty little bow.
And you know why I'll sue? So that I can have some money, so I can take care of myself and my children. And so that I have money to take care of myself and the children without having to go work. Because I don't know if mentally she can actually even do anything. Do you know what she's going through on the inside, mentally, physically, spiritually also? Because this is a belief that, we were in all this religion together. Yeah. And then you have someone who's in this religion with me, who, you know what I'm saying? And he has done this, but it's like, I don't even think anyone would have realized just how sick he was. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like another next level of evil.
My biggest concern really is if he's ever touched his children. Because he was watching babies, 3-4 months old. And my thing is how how
do you even
watch that and then get off from that, and then you have several images, and I don't understand, because he has 6-7 kids. I mean, I know it said that the girls aren't what the men aren't supposed to change the girls or whatever in the religion, but that don't mean he's exempt from the little boys.
I will be worried about it, and that's why she needs that money to go to therapy to find all of that stuff out. It's a lot. I will not be able to trust him. I will not be standing by him. I wouldn't do it. Unfortunately for her, I feel as though her family failed her.
For sure.
I really do.
But I also feel like the Duggars, like the parents, I seriously doubt they went into everything that Josh did when he was younger. I'm sure they, because just like what Jim Bob did on that interview, tried to tie it up. Oh, he just touched them over their clothes. He tried to wrap it up in a pretty little bow. Right. But he didn't go and let her know, Anna, this is really what's going on with my son. I know he has engaged you. It's your choice. I doubt they did that and had a frank conversation with her. Because they want to do it with that Jim Holtz guy.
I'm going to tell you what they were thinking. Just like a lot of parents will think.
You just need one good girl to fix my son.
Exactly. that he did this. He's the one who came and told us he did what he did, right?
Which I doubt.
So you're feeling that
the daughter snitched. I don't think he went.
No, they're
on
the
his
ones
own
who
free
said
will.
so.
Yeah, I don't.
It wasn't them. It wasn't the parents who said so. It was Jill and Jessa who said that.
That they told him.
No, they said he's the one who told their parents. Jill said that she.
They did it on an interview. They're trying to cover Josh. So
Yeah,
I seriously
that's
doubt
what they
that
said,
was true.
and she has not said anything, whatever. But I do feel as though they were trying to cover for Josh.
I mean, she said it in the interview.
Yeah, I do feel that we're trying to cover for Josh in that it was like they had to kind of cover their pain.
Yeah.
So that he who was the abuser, they who were the victim had to cover their pain. So that him, the abuser, can go on with his life. And I just feel like when you make certain choices in your life and you do certain things, I'm sorry, you don't get to have the romance story and all that. But a lot of parents, we were even talking about it. You have your child has done something, a lot of times it's the boy child, has done something. You try to get them with some other woman, right?
Yeah.
And you're thinking, well, okay, if I just get them with this woman
Everything will be okay.
and she hangs in there with him through all his perversion.
Yeah.
Don't look at the perversion, look to God first. Then he will somehow change and be rehabilitated. Josh is beyond rehabilitation, and he should not be allowed to come out after 13 years. He should remain in jail. He should never be allowed
to see
around
the day of
children.
light.
He should never be able to be around kids, and that includes his own children.
Facts.
Because you can't trust him not to abuse his children. I don't think he can be rehabilitated. Someone like that cannot be rehabilitated. But the problem I just have with the documentary is the fact that they are talking about the IBLP and all the stuff that went on there.
But you should have just been about
And
the IBLP.
I was really thinking, which would have been great because I didn't know about the IBLP, but it was like you were trying
Shiny,
to
happy
say
people, the Duggar family secrets. And there was no secret. The only secret that we also learned about was that Jim Bob was in pain.
Yeah.
No, literally.
So it wasn't anything new, but it was like trying to tie them in and saying that they have done these things. Jim Bob has these women like Bill Gothard. That's how I felt like they were trying to tie them in.
Yeah.
And also try to tie them in as though like this is actively going on in their family now with their children.
And
that's how I felt.
this was all coming from people who are actually on the outside. They actually are not in connection with the family anymore. No. And that includes Jill and Derek.
Yeah, and I didn't hear Jill reveal any other secret. Like, if there is something going on with her siblings, she would have said so, I felt. Like, if the father has abused the children, and she's aware of it, she would have said so. Yeah. Derek would have said so, for sure.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, I still did not hear anything that was revealed. And when documentaries do this, it's hard. That's why I'm giving them a 1.5 or between a 1 and a 2, because when they do this, it's deceptive.
Yeah.
And then it just makes your documentary that you do. Now I'm looking at it with one eye.
It's like clickbait.
Yeah, and I did not like that.
Yeah, it's like when you watch a video on YouTube and then it's like they say they have this huge thing about like, oh, this is what it is. Then you click on it and then it's some animated voice and they're not even saying anything for real. You're just like,
you know something, when that happens, if it's someone that I usually watch, I unsubscribe.
Yeah,
that's how
like
I really don't like it because it's deceptive. It's deceptive, and I just don't like the deceit.
And I don't think people like when you put out lying content.
Yeah, I mean, I know that this is a family that most of America probably doesn't agree with or whatever for whatever reason. They're conservative. They like Trump. Whatever. Okay, but I don't feel like you condemn the entire family because of one child who is evil. And you don't condemn an entire family because of, the IBLP. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Because there are people who are still part of the IBLP. They're not abusing their children, I'm sure. I'm not part of that group, so I don't know. But I doubt if they are also abusing. It's not all of them are abusing their children. I cannot believe that, and not all of them are like turning a blind eye to this. There are people who are still there who believe in some parts of the teaching and are doing away with some other parts of the teaching. It's like the same thing with the church that guy was Carl Lentz.
Yeah.
The Hillsong, right?
Yeah, Hillsong
People
church.
are still part of that. You have people who are ex-members, but I don't think you just like say this whole thing is rubbish.
Yeah.
Because of some really rotten, grimy,
Apples.
creepy, evil people. I don't think you can just paint everything with one brush.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I don't want someone doing that to me, and I don't want to do. I'm not gonna do it to other people.
Yeah.
I also feel like, I think there's nothing wrong with having, and I know people talk about exploiting children. Children are going out there building things and stuff like that. It's child labor. I have actually gone to groups that go, and I was kind of like a nurse to like a summer program, and children were doing some building and stuff like that. Sometimes I think that's good for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free
as long as
labor,
you're
but
not
sometimes it's
doing
good
it
for kids
to,
as long
like,
as you're not there.
exhaustion.
Yeah, you're not. But sometimes that energy, you're learning how to build certain things and stuff. I think that's
As long as you're not
okay.
abusing them and you're like
That's
starving
okay.
them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like if
So they, there's some good things there too, and there's some really bad, questionable, creepy things there too that they need to get rid of. That they said the ATI books, the ones that talk about women, like slut shaming women, they are getting rid of that, or they've gotten rid of that, or that's not their pamphlet of instruction for homeschooling anymore. They're not allowed to have that. So that's a great thing.
Yeah.
But
I want to quickly talk about that woman though who said that her and her husband actually split up. Like they were both part of the IBLP, and she had on an orange top. The guy, he had like short hair.
Oh yes.
Where she was talking about how there was a point in the relationship where they broke up because she had a stroke and she was not ill, and the man could not handle it, so he became an alcoholic and made her become a single mother. And she was going through all these health issues, and she now was a single mom.
Yeah.
A man who goes and gets drunk and becomes an alcoholic because you're sick and you can't do anything about it, and he doesn't just put on his bootstraps and be a man and get his crap together, is not somebody meant for you.
No.
How are you going to become an alcoholic when I just had a stroke? You never would hear of a woman becoming an alcoholic when her husband is down and out. You'll hear that woman putting 10 toes down, taking care of the kids, working 10, 20 jobs.
Yes.
But you become an alcoholic because I had a stroke.
I know.
You need to run, sis. Expeditiously.
And I noticed that when they were both talking about their abuse and stuff, he was there crying. It's like she had to comfort him.
She was holding his hand, all here, supporting him. But that's what women do, though.
And I was just like, how about her trauma? How about her trauma with him? It's just sometimes it's so annoying when sometimes you look at this stuff. You're just like, where the hell are the men? So it's kind of
nowhere to be found.
So I mean, that's why I personally appreciate things. Like the Duggar family, I appreciated it. Like in terms of the traditional roles, I appreciated that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Derek again. Like I cannot stand this man. Like I mean, I don't like Jim Bob, but I really cannot stand Derek.
Yeah.
I really cannot stand Derek. Like, I feel like Jim Bob chose Derek for Jill because Jim Bob saw something of himself in Derek.
Hello.
Which is a controlling person.
A control freak.
Mm-hmm. I feel as though Derek is controlling. And some of the things that even he was saying, it doesn't seem as though
Like Jill
was
agreed.
totally on board. Like she
No.
would go get silent on some of the things that
Or
he's
she'll be
saying.
like, because he was talking about how, the family knew about the investigation. Like, when they
Right,
put out that statement,
but-
she was like, well, we
will
were
see.
all just waiting to see what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, she had to be like,
try to draw him
like,
in.
calm the hell down. Like,
Yeah.
this is my family at the end of the day. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's her family. So I'm never going to go against my family like that.
No.
And you should not be all joyful and
she
gleeful
knows,
to do
Jill
that.
also knows the good of her family.
Absolutely.
She also knows the good things about her family too.
But it's like he don't even want to acknowledge it.
You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't want to acknowledge it. This is a family that she came from. And that's
They
why
gave
she
you an
is
amazing
the
wife.
person that she is.
For
you
you.
know what I'm saying? Like she was that before she met you.
Yeah.
And yes, you have helped her through certain things. And when you showed me her book that she wrote, and he has himself there as a ghostwriter, first
That's how he's holding him, and then she's looking at the camera, and then you look that way.
Yeah, I'm looking this way. And he's looking straight at the camera like, as though I got this, and you're confused as you clutch onto this chair and to the photograph.
Counting the cost.
And looking away this way. Like, I'm just like, Derek,
go away.
are you working as an attorney? Because I know you're a lawyer. I hope you're not here because he put his name there and the other ghostwriter
So that
there
means he
too
gets some of the proceeds.
of the book. Like, I would not be surprised if this man tomorrow he got a reality show with his wife.
Derek
it
and Jill.
seem like he wants to just work on his own.
Like he's
merits.
trying to make money off the back of his wife. That's how
how
it
I
seems
feel.
like to me.
That's how I feel. Like of her pain.
Even Ginger
Of
had
her
a
pain.
whole memoir. Her husband is not even there.
No.
Nowhere to be
No.
found. This is not your family, Derek.
No.
Please go on somewhere.
Yeah. It's like one of those, it's like those people like in, that we see on, what's that show? Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
When we're like, the person who brings them in, it's like one of the wives brings in a friend of theirs to
And then they
become a
crap on
wife,
them.
and then all of a sudden that friend seems to really hate the person who brought
All
them
of a
in.
sudden,
That's
yeah.
how I feel about Derek.
Yeah.
It's like Jim Bob brought him into this family, and it's like he hates this family. But it seems to me, the way it hits to me is as if he had not liked them from the beginning. But then why did you seek Jim Bob out?
Yeah.
So I just, I can't stand him. And
yeah.
I don't think, of all the relationships, I don't think theirs is going to last.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
I'm really hoping that Anna catches some kind of clue before Josh gets out in 13 years and moves on with her life. There is someone out there for you, honey. There is somebody out there for you
Yeah.
who will marry you with your 6, 7 children and really be a godly man.
Yeah.
You don't need to
not
be
whatever
some
Josh was
pedophile.
pretending to be.
No, you don't need to be with some pedophile and
Watching
think that's
babies.
all you have. This is what God wants for you. God doesn't want that for you. He never wanted that for you.
And God also does not want us to suffer here on earth before we get to
Like,
heaven.
it's ridiculous.
That's actually not true.
You
That's
know?
not true. God does not want us to suffer in order for us to get to heaven.
Absolutely not. I mean, stand by your man. Your man has never stood by you.
He's watching babies.
He
That
hasn't
man is
done
of
what
the
he's
devil.
supposed to do. Like, he hasn't at all. And you hear about, the devil will send his minions. He doesn't go to the people who he already got. He comes to God's people.
Yeah.
That's who he comes to F up their lives so that they don't have a testimony. So it is on you now to remove yourself and your children. It's on you. You're now the protector of those kids, and you better be a protector of those kids. I know your parents didn't protect you, but you better be a protector of them kids.
Yes, y'all, but it's Mary.
And
We invite y'all to
share,
subscribe.
comment down below.